Bismillah, alhamdulillah, wa salatu wa salamu ala rasulullah, ma ba'd, assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, my dear brothers of Islam. Today's topic is a continuity of the day before, which is really a summary of Madarij al-Salikin, the path seekers, or Manajil al-Sa'irin. May Allah bless our scholars that devoted their lives to teach us, to bring us the Qur'an and Sunnah the best way, knowledge possible that we can digest and understand in the language of today and the environment of today. So hopefully we can give you some examples to wake us up. And the topic is actually awakening. So, الناس نيام إذا ماتوا انتبهوا وإذا انتبهوا ندموا ولن ينفع الندم وإذا انتبهوا ندموا ولن ينفع الندم بعد العدم. Which means people in a state of heedlessness. They're asleep. الناس نيام إذا ماتوا, when you die, انتبهوا, you become alert. You see the truth. And we will explain that inshallah in the ayat, in the hadith. And after you see the truth, you will regret, remorse. Ya laytani, I wish. We'll talk about the three words. And then إذا انتبهوا ندموا ولن ينفع لن أبدية. You will never be able to recover from that sorrow and heedlessness after you die. It's done. Once you're done, you cannot recover. قال رب ارجعون لعلي أعمل صالحا فيما تركت كلا إنها كلمة هو قائلها ومن ورائهم برزخ إلى يوم يبعثون. Take me back, Ya Allah. But nay, it's a mere lip service, as you will see the examples that will be given to you. So for example, if the plane takes off, if you think about when the pilot gets the green light to go ahead, he pushes forward with all engines in order for you to be able to take off. It's like a shock. And that's what the yaqadha is. The yaqadha is a shock. Something has to wake you up. Something in your life has to bring you back in a straight path. Somebody dies in your life. You have a car accident. You lost a job, health, wealth, an eye, anything to bring you back. وَلَنُذِيقَنَّهُمْ مِنَ الْعَذَابِ الْأَدْنَى دُونَ الْعَذَابِ الْأَكْبَرِ لَعَلَّهُمْ يَرْجِعُونَ. We will give them a taste of punishment in this dunya, in this life, minor, before the major, before the hereafter. What's the illah? لَعَلَّهُمْ يَرْجِعُونَ. Maybe you will come back. So when you hear about it, you think about, it's talking to me. And that's why the scholars, when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is in the Qur'an talking, they tell you as if He's talking to you only. Nobody else. If you hear the Qur'an from now on, you think the Qur'an was revealed only for you. No, it's not me. I'm good. No, it's me. Allah's trying to warn me. Stay away from this. Allah wants me to go to Jannah. Here's what your reward is about. Don't tell me anybody else. It's you. It's me. Others among the scholars will tell you, إِنَّ لِلَّهِ عِبَادًا فُطَنًا طَلَّقُوا الدُّنْيَا وَخَافُوا الْفِتَنَا نَظَرُوا فِيهَا فَلَمَّا رَأَوْهَا لَيْسَتْ لِحَيٍّ مَسْكَنًا اتَّخَذُوهَا لُجَّةً وَاتَّخَذُوا صَالِحَ الْأَعْمَالِ فِيهَا سُفُنًا. Indeed, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has righteous, clever slaves. They looked into this truth of life. They thought it's not the real thing. They thought this is not it. إن الدار الآخرة اللي هي الحيوان. Indeed, the hereafter is a true life. So they took it as a mere bridge, path for the real thing. And they took the righteous deeds to be the safety boat in this ocean of life. And that's why Ahmad ibn Ali, among the scholars, he used to say, يا أخي جدد السفينة فإن البحر عميق واشدد الشراع فإن الريح شديد وأكثر الزاد فإن السفر طويل وأخلص النية فإن الناقد بصير. Oh my brother, perfect the ship, or revive, renew this intention, the ship of life. Indeed, the ocean is deep. Tighten your sail. Indeed, the winds are strong, winds of fitna, tests and trials and turmoils in this life. وأكثر الزاد. What is zad? الزاد ما يحتاجه المسافر. The zad is the sustenance, a person on a wayfare, on a journey, that you need to sustain this life. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, وَتَزَوَّدُوا فَإِنَّ خَيْرَ الزَّادِ التَّقْوَى وَاتَّقُونِ يَا أُولِي الْأَلْبَابِ أُولِي النُّهَى إِلِي الْعُقُولِ. Increase your zad, Allah says, and the best zad, the sustenance and provision in life is what? Swiss bank account? Private jet? Private yacht? Bling bling? No. He says taqwa. Increase the taqwa, that is the best zad in this life. Why? You see, the scholars will tell you, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala placed this word in hereafter in a different format. وَإِن مِّنكُمْ إِلَّا وَارِدُهَا كَانَ عَلَى رَبِّكَ حَتْمًا مَّقْضِيًّا ثُمَّ نُنَجِّي الَّذِينَ اتَّقَوْا وَنَذَرُ الظَّالِمِينَ فِيهَا جِثِيًّا. None of us are exempt, except that we will walk on the bridge. Beneath it is hellfire. It's as far as the sight you can see, wide as a valley, or narrow as the hair, sharp as a sword, bright as the brightest day, or dark as the darkest night. Some of us will go like lightning or wind, running or walking or crawling or falling or being hooked. Depends on your actions and deeds. On this sirat, meaning this path of this life, according to how you walk on this earth, you will be walking on the hereafter. If you walk on the straight path, you will be walking on the straight path. But if you fall, one day on, one day off, wax on, wax off, exactly the same in the hereafter. So think about it. Why? Because that dunya, عمل بلا حساب والآخرة حساب بلا عمل. In this life, there's actions with no reckoning. You're not held accountable yet. Even though you're mukallaf, you're obligated. But in hereafter, you will be held accountable, but no more actions and deeds. So if you think about it, this is an opportunity you will never get back. So he said, tighten the sail, winds are strong. Increase the zad. Indeed, the journey is long. And purify your intention. فَإِنَّ النَّاقِدَ بَصِيرٌ. Purify your sincerity and intention, everything you do for the sake of Allah. Indeed, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala watches over you. It says, أَمَنْ يَدَّعِ الْفَهْمِ إِلَى كَمْ يَا أَخَ الْوَهْمِ تُعَبِّي الذَّنْبَ وَالذَّنْبَ وتخطي الخطأ الجم أما بان لك العيب أما أنظرك الشيب. Those who claim that they have or proclaim that they have the knowledge. Fahm. I got it, man. I'm a scholar, dude. Don't tell me I know more than you. I was born ready. I knew this stuff before you even were born. You were born. What are you talking about? I can teach you this stuff. I was born a Muslim. But you understand that even you Muslims will know some of the born Muslims because they actually learn Islam, not the hand-me-down Islam. They learn Islam from the actual sources, from the Qur'an and Sunnah. أَمَنْ يَدَّعِ الْفَهْمِ إِلَى كَمْ يَا أَخَ الْوَهْمِ. How long are you going to live in this fallacy, in the false hopes of a bahr al-tamanni, that you're wishful thinking, that I got it, but I don't got it. تُعَبِّي الذَّنْبَ وَالذَّنْبَ. You're gaining more sins every day, not getting rid of sins every day and getting more good rewards and not good deeds. No. تُعَبِّي الذَّنْبَ وَالذَّنْبَ وَتُخْطِي الْخَطَأَ الْجَمَّ. You make not just minor sins, major sins now. Why? Because every time you do a minor sin, what happens? Shaitan will go, posse, my boy, homie. I got you, man. I got your back. You're mine now. Come, let me show you something else.
This is Iman. She's 14 years old. A Norwegian Muslim living with her parents. In the next 20 seconds, she is going to send indecent pictures of herself to her secret boyfriend. This is why. Norway, a Scandinavian country that Muslims migrated to 50 years ago, with around 200,000 Muslims. But this is changing. Muslim names are increasing, but Iman is dying in the hearts of our youth. The vast majority of these Muslims do not pray and are leaving their Islamic heritage and adopting the Western lifestyle. Why is this happening? Why are the youth leaving the Islamic way of life? The majority of Muslims came to Norway seeking financial opportunities. The mosques that were established were centered around culture from back home, and the next generation of Muslims assimilated to the Western lifestyle. The main source of Islamic knowledge remained the Friday sermon that was conducted in the mother tongue of the first generation of Muslims, so the youth didn't connect to it. Iman is not happy at home. Her parents often tell her to start praying and stay away from boys, and that makes Iman feel suffocated and depressed, because no one taught her why Islam teaches Muslims to pray, or why it sets moral boundaries for relationships with the opposite gender. Iman doesn't know what to do. On one side, she loves her family and she loves Allah. On the other side, she doesn't understand Islam and its restrictions and guidelines don't make sense to her. So she is living a double life, Muslim at home and someone else outside. Iman is not just an individual. She symbolizes the Iman of the majority of young Norwegian Muslims. They are struggling to retain their Islamic identity and are drifting away from Islam. We need to save Iman. We need to start at the grassroots level. The problem lies in the lack of Islamic knowledge, resulting in the weakening of Iman. So we want to build the country's first Islamic Dawah center, combined with a masjid that will share the message of Islam in a way that the youth of today can relate to. It will have a youth center where the youth can come instead of hanging in the streets or going to Western clubs. It will have Islamic programs and activities where the youth can learn their religion. It will have a studio for mass production of Dawah material for social media. It will educate the Muslim community on how to bring up their children on Islamic values. We have already raised about $1 million locally, and to make this project come true, we need to raise the remaining amount. There are 1.8 billion Muslims, but the question is, are you one of those very special people who will help save Iman? Please click the link, give for the sake of Allah, and earn your reward. Also, we need to make the Muslim world aware of this campaign, so please do whatever you can. Share this video on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and all other social media networks. We alone cannot save Iman, but together we can.
You make not just minor sins, major sins now. Why? Because every time you do a minor sin, what happens? Shaitan will go, Posse, my boy, homie, I got you, man. I got your back. You're mine now. Come, let me show you something else. You know what? You looked at the girl once, and you don't have this automatic shut-off valve, right? Oh, I like it. Let's look some more. You got it? You know I'm going with that, right? So you go to university, and when I talk to the youth, and you say, you know what? You see Brother Mo talking to Sister Susu. University. Hey, Habibi, Brother Mo, what's happening, man? Why are you talking to Sister Susu? Oh, no, Sheikh, no. You don't understand. You gotta, this is da'wah, Sheikh. Really? Why, man? Because she's like 24, 36 and blonde hair, blue eyes? What about this sister, whatever. Why don't you give this sister a da'wah? No, Sheikh, let the other sisters give that sister a da'wah. Now we're talking. Why else? No, it's not da'wah. No, forget it, Sheikh, it's not da'wah. I'm getting, you see, I missed my professor. You know, my class, I missed it, so I'm getting my notes. I'm getting my notes from Sister Susu. Why Sister Susu, man? Why not Brother Mo? No, you see, Sister Susu has a neat handwriting. Sure, I'll buy that. You think you can fool me, but you think you can fool Allah? Yeah. So it'll take you one at a time. تعبي الذنب والذنب وتخطي الخطأ الجم كثير, too much. It's piling up now. What happened? أما بان لك العيب. Don't you know the right and wrong? Halal and haram? What's right and what's wrong? What is lawful, what's unlawful? أما أنذرك الشيب. Wasn't there a warner? وجاءكم النذير. أولم نعمركم. Have I not given you life? ما يتذكر فيه من تذكر وجاءكم النذير. Have we not given you life that those who actually were heedless? came back to Allah and remembered the reason they were created for. وَمَا خَلَقْتُ الْجِنَّ وَالْإِنسَ إِلَّا لِيَعْبُدُونَ لَا يَلْعَبُونَ. I've not created the jinn and ins except to worship me, not to be playful and just heedless. No, it's for a reason. We were created for a reason. Wasn't there a nadir? Wasn't there a gray hair? Was there something to warn you? And even the scholars will tell you the nadir is Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Didn't he come with a message? Didn't he tell you about this? Haven't you heard? There's heaven, there's hell, there's death, there's life in the grave. And that's why Uthman ibn Affan radiallahu anhu, he used to cry when he hears about the grave. He says, why do you cry when you hear about the grave? When we talk about Jannah and heaven, hell, you don't cry. He says, Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam said that the grave is the first stage to the hereafter. And it was easy, whatever comes after it is easier. But if it's difficult, whatever comes after it is more difficult. وَجَاءَكُمُ النَّذِيرُ أَمَا بَانَ لَكَ الْعَيْبِ أَمَا أَنْظَرَكَ الشَّيْبِ. Weren't you warned? Don't you know the difference? So let's talk about the definition of the yaqadha in itself. It says, إِنْزَعَاجِ الْقَلْبِ لِرَوْعَةِ الْإِنْتِبَاهِ مِنْ رَقْضَةِ الْغَفْلَةِ. Is your heart trembles, is a shock. Something happens to you to wake you up. To wake you up from the heedlessness to the light. Back from darkness to light. He says, ربما يفتح الله لك باب العمل ويغلق عليك باب القبول ويبتليك بالذنب لتتوب فيكون سببا للوصول. Maybe Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will open the gates of actions and deeds for you, but He will close the gates of acceptance. So you will be plagued by a sin, it will wake you up, so it will be a reason for you to get to heaven. What does that mean? You know what, man, I'm a hand-me-down guy. I'm just a born Muslim. I have no idea what Islam is about. No clue, man. My father did this, my mother did that. And by the way, that's the majority of Muslims. You understand? Wallahi, including this poor slave of Allah. When I start studying, I go, Allahu Akbar, we were doing this whole thing wrong. You know, whatever we call back home, it's a cultural Islam. We don't really know Islam. And that's why what the scholars will tell you, if you really want to do the da'wah, you have to get the three principles as we talked about last night. Understand the deen. Let's understand who we are. Let's understand Quran and Sunnah. Let's understand true Islam first, us. Don't point the finger. If it is to be, it's up to me. No more. I don't care about anybody else. I care about myself first. يا أيها الذين آمنوا قوا أنفسكم وأهليكم نارا وقودها الناس والحجارة. Oh, you believe, protect yourself first, and then your family from the hellfire. The fuel of it, human beings and hijara, that stone that they used to worship, think it's a god, is with you right here. Is this what you used to worship? So you have to think, I have to raise this banner every time I'm worshiping somebody else other than Allah. I want you to have a statue coming up. Bam, here's my boss. Bam, here's my spouse. Whatever it is, it's my son, it's my daughter. They're forcing me to get haram money to please them. Whoever you please other than Allah, I want you to think it's a statue coming up. وَقُودُهَا النَّاسُ وَالْحِجَارَةُ. Think about it. So the first principle is understand true Islam first. The second principle is implement the true Islam in your life. Become a walking pulpit. Like Rasulullah, walking Quran. How was he? He's a walking Quran. Allahu Akbar. Don't impress me how many juz you memorized. Don't tell me 10 qira'at. But let's see Quran within you. Are you a walking Quran? Do you actually do exactly what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala told you to do? So it says, أعرض نفسك على القرآن. Let the Quran be reviewed by the Quran. Abdullah ibn Mas'ud radiallahu anhu says, Wallahi, on Judgment Day, every ayah in the Quran we will be reviewed upon. فَتَقُولُ الْآمِرَةَ هَلْ ائْتَمَرْتَ وَتَقُولُ النَّاهِيَةَ هَلْ انْتَهَيْتَ. Every ayah in the Quran will come and says, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala told you to do this. Did you do this? And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala told you to stay away from this. Did you stay away from this? And that's your homework on this one. I want you to read the Quran with different lenses now. And your key is, Ya ayyuha alladhina amanu. That's what the scholars will tell you. If the ayah starts with Ya ayyuha alladhina amanu kana amru yu'maru bihi aw nahy yunha an, according to Abdullah ibn Mas'ud radiallahu anhu. He says, if Allah starts the ayah with Ya ayyuha alladhina amanu, oh, you believe, it will be a command that will be ordained upon us, or a prohibition that will be forbidden upon us. Write it down. I want you to get a notebook tonight. When you go home, get a notebook before you go to work today, before you go to sleep today, before you do whatever it is that you have to do today. Split it in half. First half, say awamir. Second half, say nawahi. Commands that come from Allah and prohibitions that come from Allah, Messenger of Allah. If that's the case, here's exactly what I'm going to do. I'm going to look at the Quran different now. This is revealed for me, nobody else. Nobody else, it's me. Every time Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala starts the ayah with Ya ayyuha alladhina amanu, I'm going to write it down. This is a command. I'm going to say it. I'm going to write it in the first one. It's a command, I will write it on the first half. If it's a prohibition, I'm going to write it on the left half. And every night I'm going to take this notebook and review it before I go to sleep. Why? I want you to put your head to sleep next time and think about it. I'm not going to raise that head up again. It's the last blink of an eye, last pulse of a heart, last breath I will take. And if I do, will this help me on Judgment Day? Will that book that I will take from my right hand side or left hand side, will it help me or will it not? So it says the first one, understand Islam. Then implement Islam. Then give the proper da'wah to people. With a smile, ya akhi. Not you walk in Norway and say, hey brother, by the way, you're a kafir, you're going to hellfire. Now have a good day. Wallahi, it's a terrible da'wah, ya shaykh. We said, alif thumma arif thumma kallif. Reconcile the hearts, raise awareness, educate, then obligate. So he says that's exactly what it is. ربما يفتح لك باب العمل ويغلق عليك باب القبول ويبتليك بالذنب لتتوب فيكون سبب الوصول. That's exactly what we're talking about. Maybe the actions and deeds are open, but the acceptance are closed. No sincerity. You're showing off. We don't know what we're doing. Then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will plague you with a test, or a fitna, or a dhanb, or a sin. So you can repent and come back. We'll talk about that inshallah in the last lecture of this series. You'll come back. That's the reason you will reach that high level of Jannah inshallah. So don't be afraid. وَلَنُذِيقَنَّهُمْ مِنَ الْعَذَابِ الْأَدْنَى دُونَ الْعَذَابِ الْأَكْبَرِ لَعَلَّهُمْ يَرْجِعُونَ. We'll give you a taste of punishment in this life. So you know what? You lost the job. So you got a car accident. You lost something. You think it's bad? It's the best thing to you. Wallahi, it happened to me. Stayed in the hospital for 2 months. I saw a man die right next to me. That's the reason I came back to the blessing of Allah. It took you a shock, a yaqadha. Something will happen in your life, it will wake you up. But the problem is we have these theories and we have the signs and nothing. Heart is dead. What will it take for you brothers and sisters to wake up? What will it take, ya ukhti? What will it take, ya akhi? I don't pray, Sheikh. I don't have it. I don't feel it. What will it take to wake you up, akhi? Don't you know that the people who don't pray is worse than shaitan? You know why? It's not our topic, but just to get you back quickly. The scholars will tell you the person that doesn't pray is worse than shaitan. Why? It says, أُمِرَ الشَّيْطَانُ لِيَسْجُدْ لِآدَمَ فَأَبَى وَأُمِرَ ابْنِ آدَمْ لِيَسْجُدْ لِلَّهِ فَأَبَى. Shaitan was commanded to bow down in respect to Adam alayhi salam. He refused. But the children of Adam were commanded to bow down to Allah and they refused. Which one is worse, ukhti? Which one is worse, akhi? The one that was commanded to bow down to and he refused to Adam? Or the one that was commanded to bow down to Allah and refused? Which one, my brother and sister? What will it take you to come back? What will it take you to say, Rabbi Allah? What will it take you to give you the answer for the questions of the three? Who's your Lord? What is your way of life? And what do you say in the man that was sent upon you? What will it take you to be able to come back on the straight path? What will it take you to come back and put your head on the pillow and not be worried of whether you're going to raise it up again or not? What will it take you to come back to Allah subhanahu wa jalla fi'ala? So you're not afraid to die. What will it take you to raise the banner of La ilaha illallah Muhammadur Rasulullah. Nothing is higher than that. What will it take you to wake up and come back to the Allah? As we mentioned, the ayat that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is talking to us. لقد كنت في غفلة من هذا فكشفنا عنك غطاءك فبصرك اليوم حديد. You were in a state of heedlessness. فكشفنا عنك غطاءك. You know what that means? When you die, the veil is lifted. You will actually see the angels. You will see the truth. There's no more veil. فَبَصَرُكَ الْيَوْمَ حَدِيدٌ حِدَّةٌ. You can see the truth. It's not like steel or iron. No. He says, in past tense, وَجَاءَتْ سَكْرَةُ الْمَوْتِ بِالْحَقِّ. What is حق? الْحَقِّ أَنَّكَ سَتَمُوتُ. The truth is that you will die. The truth is no one will be able to bring you back. The truth is you cannot bribe the angel of death. The truth is, no matter how good of a doctor you are, you will never be able to give me my life back. The truth is that you will never be able to come back to this life. The truth is that you will be preyed upon. The truth is that we will wash your body. The truth is you will be shrouded. The truth is that you will be carried on the shoulders. The truth is that you will be buried. The truth is you will be resurrected. The truth is you will be calling your name. You will hear your name. أين فلان ابن فلان? Where is so and the son of so? هلم للعرض على الجبار. Come وقفوهم إنهم مسؤولون. Stop them, summon them. They will be asked. And the truth is you will never be able to hide anywhere. And the truth is you will be held accountable in front of Allah. And the truth is you will get your book with your right or your left. And the truth is this is your last chance. And the truth is you cannot call a friend. This is your final answer. And the truth is you'll be going heaven or hell. Wallahi ma ba'da ad-dunya min dar illa jannah aw nar. By Allah, there is nothing, no dwelling after this life except heaven or hell. فَكَشَفْنَا عَنْكَ غِطَاءَكَ فَبَصَرُكَ الْيَوْمَ حَدِيدٌ. You see the truth. لَقَدْ كُنْتَ فِي غَفْلَةٍ مِّنْ هَذَا. Indeed, you were heedless to this fact. So my brothers and sisters, in the last 5 minutes I have to, I'll take you home inshallah. Allah subhanahu wa jalla tell Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam the bestification. وَلَا تُطِعْ مَنْ أَغْفَلْنَا قَلْبَهُ عَنْ ذِكْرِنَا وَاتَّبَعَ هَوَاهُ وَكَانَ أَمْرُهُ فُرُطًا. The best of creation, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala told him, don't be among the company of the heedless. So I'm asking you to be the company, the one that will remind you of Allah, as we talked about last night. The environment that will keep you on the straight and narrow. Don't be fooled, my brothers and sisters. Too many paths to take. Be a smart one. Remember, you're in the driver's seat now. Enjoy the journey, but the destination depends on the road you will choose. The GPS, the address you punch in. What will you punch in? Will you punch in Jannah? You'll find Qur'an and Sunnah to guide you to Jannah. Do you want to punch in another path? Enjoy yourself. My brothers and sisters, this life is like a mall. You can go to any mall. You can go to any store. You can go any shopping. You can pick up a merchandise. Whatever it is. You can get whatever you want. But on the way out, what do you have to do? You have to pay. And that's exactly what the example of life is. It's like a shopping mall. Enjoy. I know the sisters can relate to this. Shopping. You understand in Jannah there's a shopping? Do you believe it? Every Friday there's shopping. You don't have to take your American. Now we're talking. Girl, I want that. كأنهم يوم يرونها لم يلبثوا عشية أو ضحاها. Allah said, when you see it, as if you've seen nothing, as if this whole life is what? 950 years of da'wah, another 100 years, the scholars say, Nuh alayhi salam, 1050 in his lifespan, give or take. How is life? As if I came through that door and I walked out that door. That is life. Do you believe it? Amantu billahi wa rasulih. In the last few minutes, wallahi subhanallah, time flies. وَمَنْ أَظْلَمُ مِمَّنْ ذُكِّرَ بِآيَاتِ رَبِّهِ ثُمَّ أَعْرَضَ عَنْهَا. Who is worse than the one that we reminded and the ayat is given? Have you not seen? Have you not pondered? And then he turned his back. You know what this is? أَعْرَضَ. He said, just not the heart. Turn your back, Shaykh. No. You coming to tell me about Allah? Ya ammi, Allah ghafur rahim. Khudni tahti haqna. We get all that time, right? Man, dude, yani, relax, chill. Take a chill pill, man. Try decaf. Sheikh, why are you losing it, Dan? I am losing my voice. I've been talking for God knows how many days. Just came from South Africa on the tour. Wallahi, may Allah help us. So forgive me if I'm losing it, but I'm hoping we'll finish this inshallah. إِنَّمَا أَنْتَ مَنْذُرُ مَنْ يَخْشَاهَا. Only you're warning of those who are heedless. Remember them. And those who yakhshaha, you're afraid of it, okay, you will get it. Otherwise, you will not get it. فَذَكِّرْ بِالْقُرْآنِ مَنْ يَخَافُ وَعِيدٍ. And the last page, inshallah, in the last 2 minutes I have. So remind them with the Qur'an of those who are heedless to, or afraid, or are conscious, or cautious to stay away from hellfire and be granted Jannah. طيب. اعملوا فإن ملك الموت تخطاكم إلى غيركم. Go ahead, do your actions and deeds. Indeed, the angel of death have passed over. Yeah, you're not there yet. It's not your number. But he got to somebody other than you. But tomorrow, he will leave somebody and come for you. Bad boys. What you gonna do when they come for you? What are you gonna say, man? Excuse me, Malak al-Maut. Excuse me, angel of death. Can I put you on hold, please? You know, I got some errands to run. I got some pedicure, manicure, and facial. I need some, yeah, I can't just, I have to look good, yani. Yeah? No, wallahi, thanks for playing. Thanks for coming up. It's not going to work, man. It's time, dude. طيب. He says, Laylatan. 2 types of nights. One is the night in the grave. He's worried about. And the other night, the following morning, is Judgment Day. Think about it. Ali Imran. إن في ذلك الله سبحانه وتعالى إن في خلق السماوات والأرض واختلاف الليل والنهار لآيات لأولي الألباب الذين يذكرون الله قياما وقعودا وعلى جنوبهم وتفكرون في خلق السماوات والأرض ربنا ما خلقت هذا باطلا سبحانك فقنا عذاب النار. The ayah is given. He says, you know why? He says, in the creation, the heavens and the earth and the night and the day. Remembrance. Ayah. What's the ayah? You know what? How many of us make up their bed after we wake up just to make sure that we have a good night's sleep? How many of us control the room temperature to make sure we have a good night's sleep? Think about it. How many of us prepare their grave? How many of us control the temperature in their grave? Think. You wake up in the morning every day as if you're waking up. What do you say when you wake up in the morning? La ilaha illallah. Alhamdulillah alladhi ahyana ba'da ma atana wa ilayhi nushur. Praise due to Allah that give us life after death. Exactly that. He's telling you every day you're given a chance. Think about it. And lastly, on the second night, he says the following morning is Judgment Day. He says these are the 2 nights I'm worried about. Lastly is a story. I will leave you with a story, inshallah. It's the story of a lion. A mouse, and a person that is running away from them, and a honey jar. So this man saw a lion running after him. And he's running. He's afraid of the lion. He goes to a well. It's a pit. He goes into it. And he looks in the bottom of that pit. He sees a snake waiting for them. So he's afraid to go up because the lion is waiting for them. And he's afraid to go down because the snake is waiting for them. And the rope has come. He takes the rope, but he doesn't know what to do. Does he go up to the lion or does he go down to the snake? In the meanwhile, there are 2 mice that are actually eating, one from the top, one from the bottom. A white mouse and a black mouse. And in the middle of all this chaos, a jar of honey appears. And he starts to get distracted and opens up the jar of honey and starts to eat honey. You know what that is? This lion is the angel of death. It's coming for you, la mahala, no way out. And the snake is the grave waiting for you. And this life, the rope is life, is being eaten from the day and the night. The white and the black mouse. Eaten every time. And this honey is the distractions, allurement of life. Don't be distracted and don't be heedless. It's time for us to wake up, my brothers and sisters, before that rope is cut for the last time. May Allah make our last words to be La ilaha illallah, the best of actions and deeds to be the last of actions and deeds. And the best days, the days we'll meet Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in Jannah, and wake us before the heedlessness. He's given you 2 more nights, so I'll give you some more stories, inshallah. If that's the case, my brothers and sisters, if I heard about it, if I woke about it, what do I do? Well, Umar ibn Khattab says, حاسبوا أنفسكم قبل أن تحاسبوا وزنوا أعمالكم قبل أن توزن عليكم. You know what that means? Weigh your actions before they're weighed onto you. And hold yourself accountable before you're held accountable. How do I implement that? Okay, we said that Al-Hasan radiallahu anhu says, Wallahi, nothing I have taken, no step I've taken, no breath I've taken, no eyesight I've taken, nothing that hand my done. Everything that I've done is I ask myself first, is it halal or haram? Could be on my right hand side scale or left hand side scale. Will this please Allah or displease Allah? And so on and so forth. And think about it, my brothers and sisters. The example is given in your lifetime. Look at yourself when you came in this life. When you came in this life, somebody made a noise. Somebody was happy for you that you came in. When you leave this life, somebody will cry over you. When you came to this life, a nurse gave you a shower. When you leave this life, you will be given a ghusl. When you came to this life, after you're given the ghusl, the nurse covered you with a blanket. And when you leave this life, you will be shrouded after you're given a ghusl. When you came to this life, you were given a birth certificate. When you leave this life, you will be given a death certificate. Between the certificates, you collect certificates. You graduate, you get a certificate. You buy a car, you get a certificate. You buy a house, you get a certificate. You get married, you get a certificate. Most important certificate is the death certificate. The better than that, the 99 files you will get on Judgment Day, you cannot sit. Everyone as far as your eyesight can see. ما لهذا الكتاب لا يغادر صغيرة ولا كبيرة إلا أحصاها وجدوا ما عملوا حاضرا ولا يظلم ربك أحدا. Everything is in that book, minor or major. Nothing is omitted. And then you have to think, when you came to this life, my brothers and sisters, you were given 4 things in the grave and the womb. So think about it. You came from the darkness of the womb. You came to the masses of this life. But you will remember that you're going back to another womb, which is the grave. And you're coming back again to the mass of the hereafter. 4 things are written in the mother's womb. 120 days. Your lifespan. Your actions and deeds. Your risk. Your sustenance. Shaqiyun am sa'id, happy or sad. Compare the 4 in the womb and compare the 4 questions in the hereafter. If you're already guaranteed these 4 things already sealed for you in the mother of your womb, my brothers and sisters, the 4 things you will be asked for in the hereafter. في عمره فيما أبلاه. You're guaranteed a lifetime. But how did you spend your lifetime? Did you say, let's kill some time? When Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala took an oath by time? وفي رزقه من أين اكتسبه وفيما أنفقه. You already know that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala guaranteed the rizq for you. So how did you earn it and how did you spend it? Ali ibn Abi Talib radiallahu anhu, and Ali Bayt al-Atari ajma'in. He said, Wallahi, I was on a trip. I got off my horse. I give the reins to a man, says, look after my horse. I prayed, I came back, the reins were gone. The horse was there. So he said, what happened? So he goes to the marketplace to buy another reins. He saw his own. He said, Astahlifuka billah, how much did you give this man? He looked at the merchant. He saw it. Somebody sold it. Where did you get it from? A man said to me. How much did you give him? He says, give him 2 dinar. He says, Wallahi, I was going to give him the 2 dinar. وَلَكِنَّهُ اسْتَعْجَلْ. Wallahi, I was going to give it to him. But he was in a rush to get his rizq. You understand, my brothers and sisters? So my time is up. I ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to make us among those who listen speech and follow the best of it. Wa akhir da'wan alhamdulillahi rabbil alameen. Wa sallam ala alihi wa sahbihi wa tabi'in. Jazakumullah khairan. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Brother Fahad, how's Iman doing?
Not good, akhi. It's not good. Is it really that bad?
I'm really afraid it is.
Is there anything we could do to save Iman?
Yes.
Iman is dying, but we can save Iman with your donation. Please watch until the end and give for the sake of Allah. And He subhanahu wa ta'ala will give you up to 700 times in return and build for you a house in Jannah.
I am Fahad Qureshi and I'm chairman of the Islamic network, IslamNet, one of the most influential Islamic organizations in my nation. I was born and raised in a European country called Norway. In search of a better life, my parents migrated to Norway in the 70s. What they didn't realize was that Iman may not be able to survive this journey.
The population of Norway is around 5.3 million people, with Muslims making up 200,000 of that population. The number of Muslim names is increasing, but the number of Muslims with Iman is decreasing. In other words, Iman is dying in the hearts of our youth today.
IslamNet has been for the last 10 years working non-stop and developing key da'wah projects to maintain the Muslim identity for our next generation. So we are making a change.
I was a non-Muslim with no purpose in life, but Allah guided me, and IslamNet gave me a platform to spread Islam in my country.
IslamNet has given me an opportunity not only to learn Islam, but also to give da'wah and invite other children to Islam.
I can't express how grateful I am for having IslamNet in my life.
Through our projects, we are combating Islamophobia, inviting non-Muslims to Islam, giving tarbiyah to the youth, guiding non-practicing Muslims back to Allah, giving support to reverts, fighting extremism, and empowering the Muslim community to get involved in da'wah. We have been operating from a small office that no longer can cater for our needs. We need to establish a masjid with a da'wah and community center that can host Islamic events and exhibitions, have a youth center and offices where we can have full-time du'at, expanding the da'wah and tarbiyah programs so we can bring up a generation of youth aspiring to make the word of Allah the highest.
Fahad, that is absolutely brilliant.
We have to do this.
Brothers and sisters, donate generously and help us to establish this masjid and da'wah center.
And don't forget to make dua and share this video on all your social media platforms so everyone can benefit from this amazing project.
We are not going to let Iman die.